Nina Reeves went to Carly looking for help. The General Hospital recap for September 7, 2023, features Carly giving Nina some peace of mind and a freakout. In this episode, Nina went to Carly looking for some answers about Sonny. Cody convinced Sasha he was really there before Dr. Montague interrupted. Both Dante and Mac were worried about what might happen to Cody in Ferncliff. Joss and Trina met up with Spencer at the pool for some summer sunshine. And finally, Brooklyn moved in with Chase at the wrong time for Gregory. Now let's dig a little deeper into the details. When Nina, Cynthia Watrous, stopped by Kelly's, she told Carly, Laura Wright, how worried she was for Sonny, Morris Bernard, and everyone's safety now that he was in jail. Carly was happy to taunt her about the fact that Nina is with Sonny now and obviously can't handle mob life. Nina admitted that Alexis, Nancy Lee Gran, told her there could be a mob power vacuum in Port Charles, and Carly pretended she wasn't concerned about that at all, for herself at least. When Nina mentioned the fact that Carly kept the PC peace when Sonny was presumed dead, Carly reminded her that went on for as long as it did because Nina didn't bother telling anyone Sonny was alive. Nina still made a plea for Carly to help, so Carly relented and told her Brick, Stephen A. Smith, had been in touch and everything was under control. Carly assured Nina that Brick would be in touch with her and brief her on what she needed to know. Carly freaked Nina out more when she brought up how things will hit the fan when Sonny learns who ratted him out. After all, he values loyalty above all else, and Nina was allegedly disloyal when she ratted out Carly for insider trading. Christina, Kate Mansi, was also concerned about Sonny and popped in to have lunch with Alexis and find out how much trouble Sonny was really in. They didn't get far with their conversation because Molly, Rook, and Smith also showed up. Alexis ordered her 2 younger daughters to just kiss and make up. Molly once again acted like Christina was the devil incarnate and promptly bolted. Alexis reminded Christina how she lost her sister, so she shouldn't take Molly for granted. Mac, John J. York, and Felicia Christina Wagner met up at Kelly's to discuss Cody, Josh Kelly, getting himself committed to Ferncliff. Mac knew he was there to try to save Sasha and decided he would go to Ferncliff himself. Felicia did her best to stop him. Gladys, Bonnie Burrows, met with Dr. Montague, Darren Tunder, and asked when Sasha, Sophia Maxson, would be released now that she wired him all that cash. He told her Sasha could not be released until she was over withdrawals and the drugs were cleared from her system. Gladys was alarmed to learn that Sasha would not be going home until the weekend. Gladys then had to inform Mana that Sasha would not be coming home today. Once alone in the alleyway, Dr. Montague got on the phone and ordered much more potent drugs for Sasha. Later, Gladys had to stop Nina from getting too much information from the Ferncliff nurse. She ended Nina's phone conversation outside Kelly's as a curious Carly watched the 2 women argue. When Dante, Dominic Zamprogna, questioned Sam, Kelly Monaco about Cody, she was forced to admit he was in Ferncliff. She was sure Cody was right about Gladys hurting Sasha, but Dante was worried that Sasha would hurt Cody once again. Dante didn't buy the idea that Gladys was having someone drug Sasha, but Sam completely believed it. Cody was stunned to see Sasha's condition when he finally made it into her room. When Sasha woke, she was alarmed and convinced Cody would hurt her. She was confused and had no idea if he was even real. She finally believed he was there and insisted she wasn't using drugs anymore, and the doctor was doing something nefarious to her. Cody finally convinced Sasha to escape with him, but Dr. Montague arrived before they could make a getaway. Joss, Eden McCoy, Trina, Tabiana Ali, and Spencer Nicholas Alexander Chavez enjoyed some relaxation time at the Metro Court pool, and Trina was immediately annoyed as Spencer began talking about Esmond, Avery Kristen Pole, and Ace. When Spencer brought up Sonny's arrest and assumed Dex, Evan Hofer, was also arrested, Joss was visibly perturbed and told them both she had no desire to talk about Esm or Sonny. When Spencer walked away from the girls, Trina admitted Spencer could be a jerk, but at least he was her jerk. Joss just rightfully wanted to know why Trina wasn't more bothered by all the time that Spencer spends with Esma. Trina admitted that it does bother her and finally decided to go off on it. Too bad she didn't let loose about her feelings with Spencer. Finally, Spencer and Trina had some time for themselves in the pool. When they kissed, Joss clearly got jealous and lonely, so she called and left a message for Dex, wondering why she hadn't heard from him. Brooklyn, Amanda Seton, arrived at Chase's, Josh Zwickard, place with just one bag ready to move in, but before she could get settled, Gregory Harrison, was at the door with the intention of telling Chase about his ALS. However, when he saw Brooklyn there and how happy Chase was, he lost his nerve and couldn't bring himself to do it. Everything changes in an instant for Sonny Corinthos. The General Hospital recap for September 1, 2023, features Sonny being hauled away by the feds. In this episode, Cyrus preached the word of God as Sonny had some highs and then a very big low. Jocelyn complained to Carly that Dex spends too much time working for Sonny before Carly warned Dex to leave the docks quickly. Olivia tried to get Nettie to remember things while Brooklyn made a big life choice. Finally, Maxie and her kids toured their new home. Now let's dig a little deeper into the details. Cyrus, Jeff Kober, reveled in his life as a spiritual leader at Pentonville, talking about imminent salvation. He knew something good was coming, and he would be rewarded for his patience and faith. Even the warden was supportive of his spiritual awakening. Apparently, they both had a mysterious common cause. Sonny, Morris Bernard, met up with a nervous Mama at the Metro Court restaurant. She wanted to mention her meeting with Gladys, Bonnie Burrows, but Christina, Kate Mansi, arrived to interrupt them and have dinner with her dad. Sonny was even feeling on top of the world for the moment as he and Christina agreed on how great Nina was. When they saw Willow, Caitlin McMullen, arrive with Wiley and the big hug he gave Nina, Sonny felt even more comfortable with how wonderful his life was going. Wiley was also thrilled to see Sonny, but Michael, Chad Duell, was not. However, he attempted to be cordial, while Willow was much friendlier than her grumpy husband. Joss, Eden McCoy, was still smarting over not going to the concert with Dex, Evan Hofer, because he had to do a job for Sonny. When Carly, Laura Wright, heard the news, she understood completely. Carly reminded her daughter that Dex was a man who took risks when she met him, but that didn't matter to Joss. She just wanted him away from Sonny and spending time with her instead. She blamed Carly and Michael for this, but Carly defended herself. Nobody forced Dex to be a double agent, he chose it. Carly also reminded Joss that she was never going to change Dex. After Joss left, a regular Kelly's customer who works on the docks informed Carly that Sonny was in a world of trouble. He thought he saw some feds on the dock uttering the word Corinthos, something that set off alarm bells in Carly's head. She immediately called Sonny, but he didn't answer because he preferred chatting with Christina. Meanwhile, Dex was on the docks receiving a shipment, so Carly called him when she couldn't reach Sonny and told him to get out of there immediately. Dex did as told, but Sonny's other workers ended up in cuffs. Sonny also ended up in cuffs when the feds showed up at the Metro Court to arrest him. Maxie, Kirsten Storms, was thrilled to bring her kids to Lulu and Dante's, Dominic Zamprogna, old house and tell them this was where they'd now be living. James rejoiced at the thought of having their own space and room, but Georgie felt uncomfortable because she remembered the place as Aunt Lulu's house. Maxie explained that Lulu would want to see the house filled with loud and happy kids again. Valentine, James Patrick Stewart, broke the news about Lulu's house to Scarlett Fernandez. Maxie and her kids would live there now, and it would stop sitting empty. He knew Lulu would be happy that her best friend was living there. Charlotte wasn't happy but stressed that it was just another temporary place where she had lived. All that did was make Valentine feel guilty for failing to give her a stable upbringing. Brooklyn, Amanda Seton, immediately told Chase, Josh Zwickard, that she wouldn't move in with him. She didn't think Chase thought it through well enough. She pointed out that the last 2 times they lived together, it was a disaster, but Chase felt the 3rd time would be the charm because it was for love. BLQ felt they were in a good place right now and didn't want to ruin it. She certainly didn't want him mixed up in Tracy's, Jane Elliott, mess. After much prodding, she finally agreed that it was a good idea. Olivia, Lisa Locicero, and Nettie Wally Kurth spent some evening time alone at the Metro Court pool. She was hoping being there with her would jog his memory. Nettie didn't even want to think about it. That didn't stop Olivia from crying about how the Q family members still needed him. She tried to walk him through the night of the accident that turned Ned into Eddie Main. He finally agreed to walk around the pool to see if anything seemed familiar. When Nana arrived at the pool to help close it for the night, she was surprised to see them there and worried that Nettie might really remember something.